Welcome back to The Toast for a very special Friday episode. I'm sitting down. This is Giving Very Watch What Happens Live one-on-one. It's me and it's Jax. Not the Jax that you're used to, not Jax Ashray. It's Jax Taylor. Hey, Jax.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm so excited that you're here.
It looks like New York is on fire.
You happen to be here during one of the worst weeks. Canada is on fire and all the smoke.
I can't even breathe.
It's crazy outside, right?
Everybody's outside right now taking pictures.
I know.
They're like, it's like they never, like, it's
People
an
are
apocalypse.
so nuts. Like, they're inhaling smoke, but they're just taking a picture.
Yeah, they're just out there taking pictures in the street right now.
It's crazy.
Anyway, how you doing?
I'm so happy to be sitting down with you. This is, of course, not your first time on The Toast, but this is arguably your most important visit yet.
This is very much my most important visit yet.
Can you believe?
I can't. I've been waiting for this day for a very long time. I have. I knew there was going to be a day where, like, oh, man, am I ever going to be able to get on The Toast? I'm just a big fan. I don't know how many male listeners you have.
Not
but
a ton.
I hope I'm up on the top of
You
your
are.
list of favorites.
Oh, 100%. Like, you and Brittany are the best. Brittany couldn't be here, which is devastating.
She's working right now.
She's
She's got her cup she launched today.
I saw, and I got the bathing suits. They're so cute.
You did? Okay, good.
I
I'll
did.
let her know.
Yes,
I'll let
I
her
did.
know.
I got
So
them
she's doing a
yesterday.
lot of press and stuff for that right now.
But that's okay because I need to talk to you.
Let's get into it.
Can you believe what has happened? I know you can because you know these people.
Yes, because I know these people, A. B, I've never been wrong on this show. I've never been wrong on the show. People say, yeah, Jax, you've lied, you've done this, but it always comes out being true. So actually, I've never really lied on the show.
No, that's true. And I feel like I have liked you on the show for a long time. And you had ups and downs with the fans.
100%.
And since you've been off the show, I feel like it's actually been really good for your Q score.
It's been everything. It's
Right?
been everything. I needed it. It was one of those, I had to find the silver lining in it all, but I really, really needed this. Like, it just, we had a baby. Obviously,
Yeah.
the world was kind of upside down with COVID and just kind of the world was changing. And, we weren't quite sure if it was going to be, if we were going to come back to TV or not, but we talked about it, and my relationship is very strong. And, Brittany and I are very good, and my family's very good. So we're definitely, thinking about getting back into it again.
Yeah, but I feel like you guys are really thriving outside of reality TV.
I hate to say it, but
I know, knock wood.
Thanks to the Scandival thing, it's kind of brought, I'm going to bring light to it. Obviously, that's bringing everybody kind of
It's good
back
for
in the
business.
light,
It's good for
Everybody's kind of been
business.
talked about that's not on the show anymore, but it's good for business.
Yeah, you have a podcast now.
Not good for, obviously, for certain people, but, everyone's kind of doing good from this, I think, except maybe him.
It's also brought the show really back into, it's like in its heyday, you and your
Right.
cable knit sweater, Stassi slapping Kristen, like it's really brought the show back to the
brought
zeitgeist.
A lot of new listeners too. Like,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
new people kind of getting into it now, watching it and binging it and everything. And I'm just like, it's so cringy because, like, I have to watch sometimes
I
these
know.
episodes to go back into my podcast and talk about it. And I'm like, I don't like to watch myself on TV. I
Yeah.
make that known that I don't like to watch myself, but I have to drink like a case of beer to watch myself.
Are you getting like a wave? Because there's all these new people watching the show, binging it on Peacock,
Right.
and they're just meeting you for the first time. And you've made your fair share of mistakes on TV when you were young.
Tons.
And now are people like tweeting you, like, Jax, I can't believe you did that. And it was like literally 2010.
I know. I know.
Right?
And literally, they're like, you did this, you did this. Well, that's what you do when you're, well, I mean, I was in my early
Yeah,
30s.
you weren't that young.
But I wasn't that young. But, I was just having fun on a reality show. I mean, I didn't really.
Take it so seriously.
I didn't. Now, I mean, things are obviously a little different now. I'm married and everything, and I feel like I'm in a good place now. So I
Yeah.
feel like we are in a good place to come back to TV. I
Yeah.
feel like we're strong enough now. We're probably stronger than ever. Things are really good, and it's I can't complain.
And people want you back.
They do. I'm surprised. Like the amount of
Yes,
people and
yes.
like the networks and everybody's contacting us. Are you ready to come back? Do you want to come back? Where do you guys stand? How's the baby?
Yeah.
How's Brittany? Are you guys? It's every day. It's like, where are we at? Where are we going? What are we doing? So yeah, it's been great.
Let me ask you a few questions before we start, because when you guys left Vanderpump Rules, clear it up. Were you fired or did you leave?
It was both of us kind of
Mutual.
came together and mutually left. We
Okay.
were not fired though. And people say, were you fired? Well, if we were fired, we wouldn't be on Watch What Happens Live.
Right.
We wouldn't be, talking to Bravo right now. We wouldn't be doing I wouldn't be in New York right now for Bravo.
Right.
So if they hated us that much, I don't think this would be happening.
Right. And then in terms of your actual like social status within the group, can you run me through who you and Brittany are cool with and who you're not cool with?
Wow. Well, last night we hung out with Ariana's new boyfriend.
Are they official boyfriend, girlfriend?
I mean, I hope so. I hung out with him last night, and I hung out with Steven from Summer House. Remember Steven?
Love.
And we had such a good time last night, and Sheena, obviously, and Brock. We had a really, really good time. I really like this new guy a lot. I mean, we hit it off instantly. I came in, I knew he was coming. I had a beer ready for him, and we just, nice to meet you, and yada, yada. But we just had a good time. But as far as everybody else, I hang out with Lala, Kristen, Sheena, Lala, Kristen, Sheena. Yeah, who am I missing? Tom
Well,
Schwartz.
well, before the scandal, what was your status with the Toms?
I always talk to Tom Schwartz. He's
guys are
always been my
still-
best friend. Nothing's ever changed with him. I just have never talked to Tom Sandoval.
Ever again after
The
Vanderpump?
last time I saw him was on the day that everybody saw on the show where he went for Labor Day. Was it Memorial Day or Labor? I think it was Labor
at
Day.
that
Labor Day weekend
barbecue.
barbecue at our friend's house. That's the last time I saw
Were
him.
you there?
I was there.
So in the show,
I was talking to him when he got the text from Ariana saying, my dog passed, or I'm sorry, was it grandmother? Her grandmother or dog?
It was her grandmother that
Her grandmother
time.
passed away. And he's like, oh man, I got to get out of here. And like this, and he's like, I can't find an Uber. Meanwhile, this is a huge home, right?
Right.
And it's Memorial Weekend, and he lives in a cul-de-sac. So Ubers were coming and going
Yeah.
all day long. So saying that I can't find an Uber is a little bit.
On this season, when they were saying Jason left, is that you or that's a different Jason? Because your name technically is Jason.
Right. I didn't hear them say that. Did they say that?
Oh, they were
Then
saying like
probably.
you could have left with Jason.
Oh, Jason the drummer. Sorry, his
Oh, so
drummer.
it's someone else. Okay.
Yes, so that's the drummer. That's the person he could have left with. Yes, because he came with his drummer, and I think Raquel showed up. I don't know if she planned that, staggered that, or whatever, but she showed up like 5 minutes later, and Jason was the drummer. That's who he came with, and he could have left with her. Yes, or
Right.
him. Sorry.
So walk me through, because when we all first found out about the affair, it seemed like it came out of nowhere. And then we're watching Vanderpump Rules and we see like Lala kind of had a suspicion. Katie, everyone was like a little bit. It wasn't just this total out of the blue. People had suspicions because they were at the Abbey and they were being weird. Tell me your experience finding out either about the affair or were you suspicious too?
I've called it for years. This is like as far as the cheating goes. With it, who it was with, I was a little shocked by Raquel.
You
Not
were.
shocked, but I was kind of like, okay. I thought it was a couple other people. In fact, I still believe in my head that it's been a couple other people. But no, I wasn't when the news broke. Actually, my friend texted me how I found out. It was my friend Janet's husband texted me, buddy Jason. He goes, "Hey, you were right all along." I woke up and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You haven't seen? You haven't looked on social media?" I'm like, "No." And I'm looking at Tom's channel cheats.
So
I'm like,
you found out when the world found out.
yeah. My buddy texted me when I woke up, and I was kind of like, I'm not shocked. Nothing on this show shocks me because I've called everything on the show that's happened.
Yeah, and your
And
final...
by the way, the little surprise that you're getting here on the show, I called that too.
Yeah.
Not shocked by it.
Your final season was really your last sort of effort to make everybody see in Sandoval what you saw. Like you said that this was not a good person and he was very manipulative and he's good with words and
He's good at words and he knows how to turn things around. He likes to say "but" all the time and he deflects
Yeah.
and he turns things around and always goes back to old stories and just like he
he
never
tried
can
to
just
make you look crazy.
He can't just say, you know what? I effed up. I
Right.
screwed up. I made a mistake. I'm human. He has to go, I screwed up, but you did this and you did this. Like, just own what you did.
Yeah.
You're a 40-something-year-old man. You screwed up. You made a mistake. Own it. It's a big mistake, but just own it.
My thing with Sandoval that I find so confusing is like, he's clearly this insane narcissist. You watch in the show, especially in the last few seasons, he's never taking accountability
Never.
for anything. He's throwing everyone under the bus. And now he's done this like deeply morally unethical, depraved thing.
And I think, okay, listen, cheating is obviously very, very bad. And, every reality show I feel like has a cheating scandal. It's just the way he's going about it
Yeah.
is the scary part. The lack of empathy, the selfishness, the tone deafness. Just now he's going on tour, changing the words of his songs
Yeah.
and making it about his phone falling out. Like he's almost making fun of the situation.
He's loving
and
the
laughing,
attention. He's
laughing
loving
at
it.
And it's a little bit like, that's serial killer type shit.
100%.
Can you say shit?
Yeah, you say
Okay,
whatever you
sorry.
want.
I mean, that's scary. It's one thing if he was like, man, he was down. Like I've been through this before. I've gone through this. It's not on this level, but I was devastated. I
Yeah.
fought for a long time to get my now wife back on
Yeah.
the phone, getting myself help, making sure everything was right. This is on a whole different level. This isn't just cheating. This is like something far beyond. And it's
Yeah.
like when you watch them both on TV, it's like they have no sadness at all. It's like they grin. It's
Yeah.
you just want to
Serial
to
killer.
smack her.
Yeah.
Her too. It's like, and I have another problem with her too. Is like in the beginning, I thought she was just an idiot. Like I thought she was just completely dumb. But
Maybe
now,
she was like a victim of his.
Now I'm like, is she calculated? Like she's almost like, yeah, this is very calculated. I can't make up my mind. I had Tom on my podcast yesterday, Schwartz, and I'm like, I can't figure her out. I'm like, you're a lot closer than I am with her. I'm like, is she an idiot or is she just very calculated? And he's like, I don't know. She's a scary human being.
But you've known Tom for so long, and you at one point were very close with Tom. So, like, my question is what I've really been
I've
trying
got
to...
his name tattooed on my arm, for God's
No.
sakes. Yeah, I got Tom and Tom. We were best friends, so I got Tom, and I. I got
It's
to get
actually
rid of
really
that.
cute. You should get rid of it, but it's also like a moment in time.
I know. Brittany said I shouldn't get rid of it because it was a moment in time.
It's like
exactly.
iconic.
I know.
It's a part of history.
It is.
But my question is like, has Tom Sandoval always been this person? Has the show escalated it to another level? Was he always this like crazy narcissist? Or is it something that slowly happened over time?
He's just good at what he does. He plays this act and he's like, I do all these great things for everybody. Sometimes people who do nice things aren't nice people.
No, they only do it so it's like a form of currency, then they can throw it back in your face.
Exactly. And that's what he is very good at. He will do that for everybody, but then throw it back in your face and then use that okay, I can get away with everything because I've done so many nice things. So this has been going on for years. And I guess people are just blinded by it, but I wasn't. I mean, I clearly have called him out many times and I got so much backlash for it. But I mean, I guess I'm grinning a little bit more now these days because people are finally seeing it. You know, it took them long enough, but I've seen all this for so long. So that's why nothing is like, Jax, are you surprised? Did you see the reunion last night? Nothing, no. There's none of this surprising me. I've called all this.
And now in hindsight, what are your thoughts on Tom Sandoval paying for a portion of the engagement between Raquel and James?
It's really weird.
It was so weird.
Now I can't figure that one out.
No, same. Do you think they were literally like into each other at that point? And he wanted to make it special for her?
I mean, I can say it now. Yeah, they were. It came out yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So they were at it at Mexico. And I'm surprised out of all the people he lied to, I'm surprised he lied to Tom Schwartz, his business partner.
That was my next
question. That would be the
for
one
you.
person I would probably confide in and be honest with, because you have a business together. He is your best friend. You guys literally, I mean, Tom, I feel like Schwartz and sometimes kind of maybe in some way, I think kind of his marriage ended a little bit because of this. I mean, a lot has gone down because of Tom Sandoval. And I feel like Schwartz is the only one that's been in his quarter.
He's on the ship and it's sinking and it's burning and he won't get off.
He won't get off. And I talked to him yesterday about it. And I think he's finally starting to, realize he's got a lot going on in his personal life too. He's got issues with his dad.
I know.
His brother has cancer. His other brother's in rehab. And Tom is the sweetest guy ever. He's constantly shelling out money to his family. So money is going into his pocket, going right out. It's going into his out, right out. So when you start a bar, it's a very expensive thing. Everything is not, just given to you. You have to put a lot of your own money. And they put a lot of their own money. Tom Sandoval borrowed from his mom. He borrowed like $200,000 from his mom, her retirement.
Terrible.
Just borrowing and borrowing and borrowing to start a bar. And meanwhile, Tom Schwartz's personal life is falling apart, yet Tom Sandoval is going off on these band tours while Schwartz is trying to start this bar. Like, this is his thing. If this fails, he doesn't know what he's going to do. He needs help. He needs support. And he finally cracked. I don't know if you noticed that episode where he's like, you've been off doing all this band crap and we're trying to get a bar started. I don't want to say I told you so to Tom. I don't, but I've kind of warned him about this so many times. I go, first of all, don't start a business with your friend.
Yeah.
You never start a business with a friend. You don't, especially a bar. Sure enough, look what's happened.
Now, do you place any blame on Sandoval for the demise of Tom and Katie's marriage?
You know what? Tom Schwartz is a big boy. He makes his own decisions. Do I think it weighed a little bit on it? Yes, I do, of course.
But at the end of the day,
Tom's a big boy. He puts on his pants by himself. So I feel like it has a little bit to do with it. It has a little bit. I'm trying to be nice about how I say this, but it has a little bit to do with it. Of course. I'd be an idiot if I said no.
And what are your thoughts in general on Tom Schwartz's role in this affair? Like him and his weird relationship with Raquel?
I think he was thrown in the middle. Like yesterday, he was so sad on the thing yesterday. He's like, Tom doesn't like to get involved in too much stuff.
He doesn't like drama.
He gets really nervous. The guy's constantly popping anxiety pills because he has anxiety because of everything that's going on in his life. So you add all this on top of it, and he doesn't want to know all this stuff that's going on. He'd rather not know, but he does know. So it's driving him crazy. He knew like some portions of it. I don't think the timelines are matching up. And I think as you guys watch the episode today, you'll see that he full on lied to his partner and his best friend, Tom Schwartz, which I'm gonna text Tom after this. Like, did you watch yesterday? Did you see? Because none of them saw this. None of them knew. Because you'll see on the episode, Raquel comes back when the episode ends. And all of a sudden it says 6 weeks later, she pops on.
Damn.
And then Raquel goes on and says, I've been lying to everybody.
Ooh.
This is what's going on. We've been hooking up way longer than everybody said. Tom has been telling me what to say. And we all knew Tom Sandoval was coaching her. That's why he blew up on her. Can we have 5 minutes? Why do you need 5 minutes?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Why do you need the 5 minutes without the cameras? What can you say that you can't say in front of the cameras? You signed up for this show. You need to talk about your relationship. And that's one thing that bothered me about him on the show is he never talked about his relationship. We all were open books.
You bled out.
We signed on the dotted line. Yeah, we have a pretty cool life and it's very fun, but you got to pay for it. You can't have your cake and eat it too. It's not how it works.
So true. You were like, you went through bad stuff.
Bad
It
stuff.
was like embarrassing stuff.
Yes.
And you bled
horrific.
out.
Yeah, horrific. I got it from everybody, but that's part of the gig. You don't want to do it, then don't do it. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like you just can't. And
Let's talk about something kind of serious.
Yeah.
The band.
How serious?
Who, what, when, where, why, how? Like,
It's a 9-person band
that he pays everyone basically to hang out with.
on Venmo.
Yeah, on Venmo, right.
Okay.
I'm sure his accountant is like pulling his hair out.
I
First
don't
of
know
all-
if he has an account. He's got liens up the
Oh,
ass
I
on his
know.
house.
I want to get into the finances too, but really just the band. My first question is like, why? Tom Sandoval, and like this is not me being mean. This is just me being like a human being. Tom
Wait,
Sandoval.
Can I say one thing real quick before I forget it? Tom Sandoval, 2 days ago, this is how tone deaf and selfish this person is. His band was performing in Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
He texted Brittany 2 days ago from today. Hey, if you have any friends in Louisville, love to see you. Let's come to my band. I'll get you free passes. I looked at the phone. I go, is he? By the way, nobody knows this yet. We haven't talked about this. Are you fucking serious? This is 2 days ago from today.
Did you respond?
And I said, I look at the phone and I give the phone back to Brittany and I went on my phone. I go, did you ever fucking text my wife
Good,
again? How
good.
dare you? I go, how selfish and tone deaf are you? You do realize Brittany is friends with all these girls.
Right.
What do you think she's going to do? Sure, Tom. Hold on. Let me write
get
down
my
all the names.
girls.
Let me call them up. They'll be right there. Okay, I'm sorry. Go back to your story. But this just happened and I forgot
that's
to tell.
crazy.
I know. But anyway, go back to the band.
And that's what a true narcissist does. Like, doesn't realize the gravity of even sending a text like that.
it's like a serial killer who kills their family and then goes out to the bar and just,
Yeah.
I mean, like, right?
Okay, but the band.
Okay.
And this is just my opinion. Like, Tom Sandoval is not a talented singer.
Correct.
So why would he start a band?
I think it's kind of one of his lifelong dreams. Ever since
Yeah.
I've known him, I've known Tom for 20 plus years. We've lived
So
together
crazy.
since we were 19 years old. We started off in Miami together. He wants to be a rock star. That's
Yeah.
just who he is. That's just who he wants to be. And great, you should have dreams and goals
Yeah,
and
for
whatever.
sure.
But keep it in your living room.
It's really bad.
It's
Like,
bad. And you know what? I would give it to him if he was good and be like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's a shitty person, but the guy can sing. Or the guy
Agreed.
can act or whatever.
Yeah.
But he can't.
No, it's so bad.
And out of the 9 people that are in the band, not one person is saying, does anybody else want to give this a try?
I mean, they're all getting paid
Hey, trumpet player, you want to give this
They're
like,
getting paid $1,000 a day. I would shut up too. Like,
Oh,
it's
is that what they're getting? I don't even know they're getting paid.
I think
Is that what it is,
That's
$1,000
what
a
he was
day?
saying. Why he's so stressed earlier in the season. He was like literally at this recording studio, Venmoing all the people who had to spend the day with him practicing and like getting ready for tour.
So the travel,
Yep.
the outfits, the 9-person band,
Hotel.
the hotels. I mean, you're not Metallica, dude. You're not Journey. Okay,
No.
like who's paying these people? And now I'm getting they're doing free concerts. So who's paying for this?
Okay, so that's what I want to talk to you about because you actually have extensive knowledge of what someone in Tom Sandoval's position is making from the show, right? You
Right.
were on the show for a very long time, and I'm sure towards the end you were making a lot per episode.
Right.
I won't make you say, but I am curious. So you know how much money he probably has. You know, right?
But he spends a lot.
So that's
He
between the house.
Oh, the house and
the bar,
and the car.
and the
He's
cars.
got the brand new Mercedes SUV.
Right.
He overspends.
How much trouble is he in?
He's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And financially, but thank God. I mean, this is one of the pluses about. I guess this is what I don't know, but I know they're not married. But in
Yeah.
California, there is a common law situation,
Community property.
right? And I don't know if the house is in both of their names.
I believe it is.
Is it in both their names? I'm not sure. I know they have a real estate lawyer taking care of this.
Okay.
It's that bad where they have to get a lawyer involved.
Because he won't leave the house.
Yeah, which is weird to me.
Just disgusting.
The guy yelled at me when this happened to me. He's like, "Get out of your house. What are you still doing there? You're still living in yours?"
Oh my
Like,
God, I forgot about that.
everything he's yelled at me about, every single thing he's yelled at me about or made me feel like shit about, he has done.
You're so right.
He has done.
That's so crazy. Today's episode is brought to you by State Farm. The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create a plan that gives you options so you get an affordable price. And it comes with a lot of benefits, like the coverage you want, a policy that helps cover what's important to you, and most importantly, an affordable price just for you. Because insurance is personal. Some might say more personal than comedy, some might say more personal than food. You know, take Jax and I. Have you seen two girls more similar? And even we have such niche, different insurance needs. Jackie's a homeowner, a car owner, a Tesla owner. I'm a renter. We have different needs, okay? So that's what's so great about personalization. It means you have the power to choose what you want to include in your plan and what you want to leave out. It just feels better that way, and insurance should work like that. That's what the State Farm Personal Price Plan is all about. You can choose to include options like bundling your home and auto policies. That means you'll get the coverage you want at an affordable price just for you. In the end, you have a policy that gives you what you want. Doesn't that feel better? State Farm is a brand we can trust. you got to get covered. You got to go to State Farm. Like a good neighbor. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com today to create your State Farm personal price plan. The prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary. Again, that's the State Farm personal price plan. And in order to get that, you can call or go to statefarm.com today to create that personal price plan. Today's episode is also brought to you by Game Time. Buying tickets to your favorite events should not be stressful, but these days it really is. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater near you. With killer deals on last-minute tickets and their best price guarantee, you can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for the fun you're going to have. Game Time is the place for last-minute ticket deals. I'm constantly going to events. I told you guys, this is like my summer of concerts. I'm actually going to one this week. Like, Game Time is so great. I always have the app downloaded on my phone when I'm walking around. I live in New York. There's so many fabulous things happening every night, from sports to theater to music, that having the app on my phone is so great. They really have amazing seats, amazing deals. You get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. The Game Time guarantee means you'll always get the best price, and if you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. It's the fastest growing ticket app in the country for a reason. You get images of your seats before you buy, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. You can buy tickets in a matter of seconds, 2 taps, and you're all set. Tickets are then sent directly to your phone, so you never have to dig through your email. It's perfection. They've got you covered on all bases from start to finish. You're going to get great seats, you're going to get a great deal, and you're going to have a great time. Say yes to life. Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code TOAST for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code TOAST for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
I think Ariana's going to be okay. I think she's going to be okay.
Well, she's also raking it in right now.
Yes.
She's doing the Bloomingdale's. She has these commercials for Bic. She's a star. I heard she's going on Dancing with the Stars. Like, she's going to be fine.
Oh, yeah. And I hate to use the word thriving because everybody uses that word,
Yeah.
but she really is.
It's a definition of
Really,
thriving.
and I tell you what, her and I's relationship has never been an amazing relationship, but ever since this happened, ever since the last day of the reunion, I met her at a bar. When they got cut, we all met at the bar. And she just came up to me. We didn't say anything. Just gave me a big hug. And I feel like she's got so much weight lifted off. She is a different human being. She was so angry all the time. She was depressed all the time. She never came out. Like, I don't know what it was from. I mean, well, now I do.
She was living with a monster.
She was living with a monster. And you see her now, and yes, she's doing all these great things, but I know her better than that as a person. She just seems like a normal girl again.
Lighter.
Just lighter, just like she's laughing.
No,
Ariana never and I laughed together, ever.
No, and I love that you guys are getting closer. It's literally the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Right. And it's just
beautiful.
like, I knew she was there. I knew it was there. I never understood why she was always so negative, and I didn't like it. I always had to walk on eggshells because I was like, God, she doesn't like me. She doesn't like me. Why? What did I do now? Is it because I'm just too much of a guy's guy? She doesn't like that. But now she's just like, I don't know. She's just like a completely different person. I talk to her brother every day. I'm really good friends with Jeremy, and I'm like, your sister's just so like awesome now. He's like, I know. She's got rid of that deadbeat.
Dead weight.
Yeah.
Literally.
I mean, as awful as this is, I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her.
So
she needed this. As mentally, she needed this.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say. Like, it's a terrible thing that happened, but I think a lot of good has come out of it. One, for Ariana, I think you're 100% right. You can tell on social media there's just like an air to her. It's much lighter, but also it's brought the show back to like the forefront of the culture. People are obsessed with it. You know, now Kristen and you and Brittany and Stassi, like people who weren't on the show are. I think a lot of people are, it's creating like a demand for you guys to be back on Bravo.
Right.
Everyone's podcasts are killing it. Like it's really weirdly been good for everyone except for Tom and Raquel, obviously.
Yeah. I just had this conversation with Sheena and Brock last night. I'm like, where is Raquel at the current moment? Like where? Oh, and another thing. I asked Tom yesterday on my podcast, are Raquel and Tom dating? Because if they're not together, this was all for
what?
And he's like, I don't think so. I don't think so. They're together. I'm like, so this was just all for
nothing.
For nothing.
Just to like
Just
take a big
all
dump on everything and
nothing.
leave.
I mean, at least be together.
No, the only way this would even remotely be half okay was that if they lived happily ever after, had a million kids, and were in love for the rest of time.
Which is not going to happen.
That's so crazy.
Tom is just too, like, he couldn't control Ariana anymore. She's had enough.
She got older.
He found Raquel. He can control her. She's very easily
Manipulated.
And you can just pretty much tell her whatever and she'll do it. But I don't know. As of today, I don't know where she is. She claims that she's getting help, but is she really? Is she in a Marriott hotel?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I imagine she is getting help because, aside from what's actually going on, having the weight of the world and she's a villain, not on a reality show. She's the villain of America. Like,
right. How do you bounce back from that?
I don't know. I think her best chance would to really paint herself as a victim of Tom. She's an incredibly vulnerable young woman. She's very impressionable. He's a much older man who's a more principal character on the show, and she wanted more. It is like an imbalance of power, and I think that if she structured it as like her just totally being influenced and swept away, and how she was a victim in all this too, it's a stretch, but it's I don't know. He can't come back from this.
I don't know where they go from here because I know on the show none of them are going to film with them.
That was my next question. As a show,
right.
If everybody says we're not filming with Brittany, for example, what does that mean? Does that mean Brittany can't be on the show?
I don't know. I don't think we've ever had
happened.
a situation like this where literally people will walk off set if they have to film with her. So I feel like is there a world where they have a show and then have his own thing going on, or? I mean, I don't know. The only person I can see actually filming with him
is Tom
Schwartz because they have a business together and he'll probably get suckered into it. I was asked if I would film with them, and I was like, I couldn't do that.
Oh my God, I would absolutely love for you.
You know how many people are saying, I'd love for you to sit in a room with Tom Schwartz or Tom Sandoval right now and have a talk.
How vindicated do you feel?
I feel a little bit. I mean, just because I've been like saying this for so long, it's not like an aha, but I've been just saying this because I've kind of am I taking crazy pills?
Right.
I felt like I was taking crazy pills for so long. And like I said, I'm 99.9% right on this show as far as
What were you wrong about? What were you wrong about?
I don't know. Let me know if you find something I was wrong about, because I haven't yet to find anything that I've been wrong about on the show.
So we know about Miami Girl. We know about Raquel.
He finally came clean with that.
Which was justice for Kristen Doute.
10 years later. Yeah, justice for Kristen.
What else? What's up with the Billy Lee?
Okay, so I think they have hooked up.
Yeah.
I think so.
Because they were also recently just spotted together.
They are. She's coming out of his house in the morning,
right.
And she's also looking for the limelight.
Yeah,
she wants a little bit of.
You have to understand that.
Yeah. And but I mean, she's leaving the house early. She's walking Ariana's dog.
So disrespectful.
So I don't know if she's allowing this or if he's just doing this just to be like, I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. There's so many things that are creeping in my head. When he was talking about the being in love, he's like, I get her lattes every morning. It used to be like the little stuff. I change the batteries in the remote. I'm the one that does all this. When was the last time you bought
me paper towels?
Like just stuff like that. Like, dude, do you know what love? You are an idiot. You don't have no idea what love is.
Well, you're close
to... I mean, you do. Yourself. He loves himself a lot.
More than anything.
A lot.
He loves a mirror.
He does love a good mirror.
You're close to Schwartz, and I'm really curious what the actual impact on the bar has been for this whole thing. I know in the beginning people were like boycotting it, and people like went and vandalized the bathrooms. But now it really is like the center of this worldwide scandal. And I have to think like maybe it's good for business.
Well,
what's going on?
I think Tom, from what I asked him yesterday, he says it has ups and downs.
Okay.
It's going through its peaks and valleys. But you have to understand, when you're saying all this to Tom Sandoval, he doesn't see any of this.
No.
You're hurting the employees. You're hurting the cooks. You're hurting the managers. People have a job. That's their job. And you have to, as a business owner, I understand that. I get that. Because when you're vandalizing and you're boycotting it, we get it. You're upset at the restaurant, but you're hurting a lot of people that are putting their hard work into it.
Yeah.
I've been there 3 or 4 times, and the last time I was there wasn't that busy. But I just think maybe I was there on an off night. I don't know. It was 10 o'clock on a Thursday, but
that's not an off night.
That's not an off night. It wasn't really, but for Tom Schwartz's sake, I hope it bounces back. Rumor, again, this is just a rumor. I heard that they are trying to buy Tom Sandoval out.
Oh.
The managers do not like him. The owners do not like him. The employees do not like him. Nobody wants to work for him. They're all only there because of Tom Schwartz.
Of course.
And obviously Tom Schwartz is like, please, and
he's trying to make it work. He has so much money.
Yeah, and in fact, they offered me if I was interested in taking over. Could you imagine?
Well, okay, I'm so glad you brought that up because I have 2 things to say. One, just really quick, what do you think of the name Schwartz and Sandy's?
I don't think you should ever use people's names in bars.
It's literally the worst name. 2, I remember when Jackie and I were watching Lisa at someone's engagement party, basically pull the Toms over. I think it was actually your engagement party, which was even more fucking rude. Pull the 2 Toms over and be like, what do you say we all go into business together? And Jackie and I remember when we were recapping, we were like, well, that's weird. Like, yeah, they have the same name.
Right.
But it's obviously about the show. Tom Schwartz has never worked at any of the restaurants except the one time he got behind the bar and had a panic attack. And he wasn't really like a main character at first.
Right.
It was almost at last.
Right.
And we were like, well, this just feels like a slap in the face to Jax. Like, if this bar is going to be representative of this show and this franchise and the two guys include Jax. And I think simply your name not being Tom is what put you out of the running, which is so dumb. Does it bother you? Did it bother you? And does it now? That Lisa didn't include you?
I think at the time with the Tom thing, I was a little like, yeah, I mean, like, what am I, chopped liver? What have I done?
No, like, you're
I've
a huge part of the show.
I managed your bar. I've waited at your bar. I've done everything at your bar. I've kind of been a good employee. She's the only one that she would come to me when she had issues on Housewives, like, how do you deal with this? And when I was going through hell on seasons like, well, pretty much the whole time, she would pull me aside, like, how do you deal with this? We would have one-on-one talks where Lisa would break down to me and be like, how do you get through this? The women are being like this. We would have one-on-one talks all the time. So yeah, I was a little offended by it. But now looking back, owning a bar is like,
The hardest.
It's the hardest thing to do, especially if you're married.
Yeah.
It's like your marriage will never last
Survive.
first a band or a bar.
Nope.
No marriage will last that.
So you would not go
But
into business, or you would?
Not saying that, but how funny would it be if I did
Schwartz and Jaxie's.
or Jackson James. See episode 1.
James
James
Kennedy.
and Jax. Yeah. What if we had our own? What if something like that? You know, him and I are throwing a party on the 13th in LA.
Okay, wait. What is your current relationship status with James Kennedy?
Love him. I think he's hilarious. I think he's hilarious this season.
Do you think he's the number one guy in this group this season?
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's the best.
Yeah. I talk to him all the time now, and I think he's great. And he's funny. He's funny. He says a lot of funny things, and
he says some
can
out of
get away
pocket
with
shit.
Yeah, he does. Like normal people couldn't get away with some of the stuff he says. They'd be like, "Dude, what are you saying?" But it just he says it. It's just you just kind of have to laugh.
I agree. I think it's the accent or something, because he has said some like such fucked up shit, but like there's something so endearing about
right?
him.
I know.
It's so weird.
I like it. I do.
I'm so glad that you two are friends. I think that's hilarious.
So we were kind of just, I was telling him about it. I'm like, listen, I was offered, I don't know if it was a strong offer or not. I was at the bar late at night, and one of the managers or manager/owner of Schwartz and Sandy's like, hey, we want to get, rid of Tom Sandoval. We want to find another buyer. Would you be interested? And I've been drinking, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think whatever. I couldn't do that to Tom Schwartz either. it's just a lot of work and a lot of pressure, a bar. You know what I'm saying? And you're married to that. I have a child, and I love my marriage right now. And I think owning a bar, I guess if I was involved with a bar where I didn't have to be too involved, I would do that.
Yeah, like every day.
There's something where I can just like tap in and tap out. But, Schwartz is there 7 days a week.
Yeah.
He's there every day.
And Sandoval's never there.
He's never there.
I'm glad you brought up Lisa, because I'm curious what your thoughts are on Lisa in terms of like first of all, what's your relationship with her?
I saw her at Tom about 2 months ago. She's like, hey, how are you? How this? And I don't know. I just think I don't want to say too many negative things about Lisa. I don't know. I like the way Lala gave it to her on the show. Lala's finally kind of stepping up. Everybody seems to be afraid of her. For what? You own a restaurant. You're a woman who owns restaurants in West Hollywood.
So for a while,
Why?
She was this authoritative figure. She was your boss. And now she's not. Nobody works at the restaurant really anymore.
You have to understand too, people are like, you should be so grateful. Grateful for Lisa for getting us the show. We have to keep it going.
Yeah.
She's not like people say, well, she owns the show. She doesn't own the show. She is a producer.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's really upsetting when people are like, oh my gosh, you should be so grateful. She could let you go. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
She got us the audition, or she got us the tease for the show, the sizzle reel, whatever. She got us in the door. We have to make it work.
You guys ran with it.
Her showing up once every 6 episodes to hand out fake paychecks.
Yeah.
Come on. And then watching the reunion, her chiming in, she's not even there. These are adults.
Right.
When we were younger and we were 20 years old,
Yes.
It made a little more sense because she was kind of a mother figure.
And she was your boss.
And she was the boss. None of us work at the restaurant.
Right.
None of us have worked at the restaurant for a very, very long time.
Right.
People say, well, didn't you bar? No, none of us have for a very long time. It's a television show.
What does the future look like for her role?
That's a great question.
She feels very misplaced now. And you're right, never.
She sees a paycheck.
Never would anybody snap at her at a reunion in the past. Like nobody. And James was giving it back to her. Lala was giving it back to her. Like,
yeah, because
she's
she
no
was
longer
sticking up for Tom Sandoval. Do I think she has to be neutral? Yes and no. It is her business partner, so she has to be like, she has to see both sides. She can't just be everybody against Tom Sandoval. I get that. I get she was trying to kind of have
It made the conversation flow better because everybody was just, every time he would speak, everybody would scream. And it's like, well, I actually want to hear what this insane person has to say. So her actually kind of being a referee, I didn't mind.
Yeah.
I didn't think she was really taking his side. I thought she was just like, let him bury himself. Like, let him speak. But I don't really know what her point. What's the point of Lisa on the show anymore?
Just to be there, sit next to Andy. I think she's a prop at this point. Like,
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a negative way, but let's be honest, it wouldn't change the difference if she wasn't there. She's not bringing anything to the show anymore. It's not, it was in the beginning. Yes, she was very involved, but now, like I said, we're all a lot older. None of us have been at the restaurant anymore. Yes, this is her show. She brought the show, but I really don't see a reason for her to be at the reunion. I really don't.
I
mean,
agree.
just to sit next to Andy and you want a piece of gum? I don't
Totally.
really know. Do they just smirk back and forth? How's your restaurant doing? Like, I don't really know if she really needs to be there.
Yeah. This has just been the craziest. Like when I put on my Instagram that you were coming on the show, we got so many questions for you. So I hope you'll answer some of our fan questions. Okay. They're not crazy. The number one question was like returning to Vanderpump.
I got to say, we have been talking. We're trying to figure out what makes sense for my family. Obviously, we've been off for a couple of years, so we want it to make sense for us. We are absolutely,
Down.
excited about the thought of going back, but we have to weigh it out and see if it makes sense for us. So we are definitely open to it right now, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but it's been really good for you not to be.
It has been really good for me not to be, but I also miss it a little bit.
Well, that was actually.
But the thing is, too, you have to understand, nothing's changed since we have the show. When they're filming, everybody ends up back at my house. My house is the center, is the middle of it. They all come back to my house and they all vent and we all hang out at my house. Nothing has changed. If anything, the show's gotten less real because now you're bringing in people that aren't actually friends.
Yeah.
Well,
that was actually my first question that I forgot to ask you is like, this is a show that really was built on the backs of a lot of people, you being one of them. Like you had many embarrassing moments. You were very honest. You talked about stuff with your family. Like you lost your dad while you were on the show. Like you were committed to making the show good. And you leave and now is like this scandal that's taken over the entire world. Is there any part of you that has FOMO or like a little bit of resentment? You're like, well, this is like a show that like, even you said at the end, you were like, I started this show when you said that to Lisa. Like, is there a part of you that has FOMO from like this big scandal?
I got to be honest with you. And yeah, maybe last season, but I don't know if I want to be part of this panel right now. Those girls are out for blood.
Yeah.
They're out for blood. And I'm not the wittiest person in the world. I'm kind of just a deer in headlights. I feel like I kind of like a little bit of a Tom Schwartz in that thing where I kind of just be like, please don't come to me. Please don't ask me a question. Please don't ask me a question.
Yeah.
Because they're so calculated. These girls were ready for this. And so I think I'm doing, obviously we're doing okay.
Yeah.
Everything's fun right now in the way this is playing out because now I get to like the Peacock show I did. I get to watch it and give my opinion without getting any.
That was actually one of the questions we got for you. People loved that rewatch thing
so
that
much
you and
fun.
Brittany did. But we only got like 3 episodes of that.
They only bought 3 episodes. I don't know if it was on their budget. I don't know if this is a trial thing. I'm almost wondering, like, why did we only do those 3 episodes and not the 3 at the end?
With, like,
would have
the
been a
big
lot more
stuff.
fun. I know they were trying to do more. I don't know if it was a time thing or a budget thing, but no, they all loved it. They were trying to get more. I don't know what the deal was, but we were definitely open to do more. We loved it. We had so much fun. Literally just go walk downstairs, sit on our couch, watch the show, and I get to give my opinion without getting any feedback. It was like awesome. I could say whatever I want and no one's going to yell at me back.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Okay, another question I have for you is Kristen Doute has been doing a couple podcasts and it seems like she's really cool with everyone except for James. And she kind of alludes to this like thing about James that's going to come out. He has skeletons in his closet. Do you have any idea what that is?
I don't think so. I mean, Kristen's a scary person to piss off, man. She really is because she's kind of like a MacGyver and she will dive deep.
Miami girl.
Miami girl. I'm friends with all of her boyfriends and her and I still bump heads because she's kind of like, you can't hang out with my ex-boyfriends. I'm like, then I can't hang out with anybody in LA because you've dated literally everybody in LA. I know all your 5 boyfriends except for Tom Sandoval. I'm friends with all of them. I'm a 43-year-old man. If I'm friends with a guy, I'm not going to be like, well, I can't talk to you anymore because you're not dating that girl. I'm not doing that.
I agree.
And we're not, Kristen, by the way, we're not sitting around talking about you.
It's true, yeah.
Her ex-boyfriend Alex, she hates the fact that I'm really good friends with him. He's one of my best friends.
Did you meet him through Kristen?
And I met him before Kristen through Tom Schwartz, and she started dating him. Now she's like, you can't hang out with him, you can't come anymore. And then she calls me, like she was on with her new boyfriend. She was driving to Colorado with her new boyfriend Luke, and she's calling me, why are you hanging out with Alex? Like I'm trying to think, like poor Luke is sitting in his car, like why are you so mad that I am hanging out with your ex-boyfriend who's moved on, who has a new girlfriend, we have a great relationship, and Kristen, we don't talk about you.
Yeah.
You are not the topic of conversation.
Yeah.
I don't go around because like why are you hanging out with my ex-girlfriend? Who cares? Move on.
So you don't know what this alleged, skeleton.
I don't know what this is. I don't know if Kristen's just doing her homework right now.
Right.
If she's digging deep, you know what I'm saying? If she's maybe going through the archives. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know what she has planned. But I mean, I don't know what it could possibly be.
Yeah. Today's episode is brought to you by Vegamour. We are always trying to do right by our bodies. So when it comes to hair and scalp health, finding a product that really works and is made with clean ingredients always seems like a trade-off. But with Vegamour, we get products that are made with clean ingredients and give us visibly healthy hair and scalp. We found Vegamour a while ago because Jackie's been on her clean health kick, and I'm kind of in this regrowth phase of my hair, and Jackie really recommended their Grow shampoo and their serum, and I've been using it now for a few weeks. Vegamour is a fabulous brand. So many of you guys recommended it for Jackie while she was pregnant, for me while I was going through like my hair issues, and I really want to thank you guys. With Vegamour, we have visibly thicker, fuller, shinier, longer hair without all the harsh ingredients. All of Vegamour's products are 100% cruelty-free. They are never formulated with potentially harmful chemicals like parabens or hormones. What's even better is Vegamour's value kits like the Grow Essentials kit, that's what we use. That's where you get to try more than one amazing product at great savings. When you sign up for monthly subscriptions, you save more and you never run low on the products that you need to take care of your hair, because with these products, consistency is key. I'm like always remembering before I go to bed, do my serum, do my routine. It's so important to be consistent. We use the Vegamour Grow, G-R-O kit. It's the hair serum. We use that daily. And then the shampoo and conditioner are fabulous too. Give yourself the hair you never thought you could have with Vegamour. For a limited time, the Toast listeners can get 20% off their first order by going to vegamour.com/toast and using code TOAST at checkout. That's vegamour.com/toast. Code TOAST to save 20% off your first order. vegamour.com/toast. Code TOAST. Today's episode is also brought to you by OneSkin. If you've ever thought to yourself, what if we could reverse the root cause of aging? Then listen closely. Our new sponsor, OneSkin, puts science and research first. Founded by a team of 4 female PhD-level longevity scientists with over 15 years of experience, OneSkin set out to not just decrease the visible signs of skin aging, but to really treat the root cause of skin aging. So their essential face moisturizer, their topical eye supplements, you want to firm up your skin, and what I love is their topical body supplement. I'm so conscious of my neck and décolletage, like wrinkles and sagging, that I loved this body treatment because I thought it was so smart, and that's like one of my biggest concerns. It's going to moisturize your skin. It's going to make it look great, but it's also going to help it function like younger and healthier skin. All their products are formulated with OS01 peptide as the primary active ingredient, so it supports the skin's ability to resist the effects of intrinsic and extrinsic aging factors. Their flagship product, the OS01 Face, is clinically proven to strengthen the skin barrier and improve key skin health markers, meaning signs of aging are significantly diminished. Our listeners can get 15% off OneSkin for a limited time with code TOAST when they go to oneskin.co. So it's the world's first skin longevity company. They address skin health at the molecular level, targeting the root cause of aging so skin will behave, feel, and appear younger. It's time to get started with your new face, eye, and body routine at a discounted rate today. Get 15% off with code TOAST at oneskin.co. That's 15% off at oneskin.co with code TOAST. We only have one body, one skin, and only you can choose to make it better. Age healthy with OneSkin. We got so many questions about your marriage and just your family, and following on social media, it really appears like you guys are in such a good place. Mm-hmm. What do you attribute that to?
Maybe just the break of the show had a lot to do with it.
Yeah,
with doing good. I think because Brittany's never been around, without the show, so I think that helped a little bit. We're best friends, Do we argue a lot? Absolutely. Because we live together, we work together, we play together, sleep together, and we do everything together.
Fighting is a normal thing.
It's a normal thing. We bicker all the time. But within 5 minutes, we're best friends again. Like we don't let it bother us. We don't go to bed angry.
Yep.
We're going to bicker. It's what it is. But we're just best friends. We like everything the same. We like just to sit around and watch movies together. We love playing with our son. Everything we like is the same except for music. Other than that, we pretty much like everything the same.
What kind of music does Brittany
like? I like the older stuff. She likes everything new, obviously.
Does she like country? Yeah.
Country, yeah. She's a Kentucky girl.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't mind the country, but she likes all the rap. Every person that's named with a Lil, she likes them. I don't understand that. I'm a Journey.
You're so Journey.
Hall & Oates, Dave Matthews Band.
That's so you, Jack.
It's just I'm a little bit old. You got to remember, I'm 10 years older than her. So,
oh, right.
She likes all the new stuff. And I can't handle any of that.
Tell me besides for the text message that you just told us about, the last time you spoke to Sandoval.
was at the holiday party, was at that Memorial Day party.
Oh, right,
We
right.
ran into them.
And you guys were like not on speaking terms.
No, I mean, we weren't mad at each other. I ran in, and of course, as soon as I say, hey, hi, how are you doing? He doesn't ask anything about my son. Never met my son. He
Wow,
goes,
really?
And Tom goes right into it. Well, I'm in the band and this and that. Like, he didn't say, hey, man, how you doing? How's your kid doing? How's your family? That's what I do. When you meet somebody that you haven't
course.
seen, what is the first things you say? How's your mom and dad? How's your husband? How's your wife? How's health? Everything okay?
Yeah.
How's life? Then you can get into that. He's like, not even that. I haven't seen the guy in 2 years. Yeah, my band is doing this. Oh, yeah, I had a kid. I don't know.
Right.
You know,
so he's
2.
never met Cruz?
No.
That's so crazy, no?
It's just like, I don't care, but it's just
Yeah.
like, you're just not like, grow up, man.
Yeah, he's
grow
not-
up.
he's not like a real
you're going
person.
backwards in life. You have this Peter Pan syndrome where you just don't want to grow up.
Are there times in the last, you said 20 years of your friendship with Tom Sandoval where you covered for him cheating?
No, I think I outed him on every time.
Yeah, that's so you.
I think I did out him on every time. I think once it came out, no, because he cheated on every girlfriend he's had.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, you weren't out here.
I mean, he cheated on Kristen, well, with me, but yeah, so, and no, I've always outed him.
Do you regret not going to Stassi's wedding?
Yes, I wish I could have gone, and it sucks that it's still at this point. I think it's hopefully going to get better. I hope that we can become friends, but it was just it wasn't in the cards. Like everything was going wrong.
Yeah.
We didn't get Cruz's passport, so that's the law.
Like you were planning on going and then things happened.
We were going to plan on going, and then things were happening, and then it was right in the middle of COVID, and I heard people were getting stuck in Italy, and like you couldn't get back, and I'm like, I can't afford to be stuck there. I have a mortgage. I have money to pay. What if I get stuck over there? Not only that, Cruz's passport didn't come, so I was like, you know what? How about I stay with the baby, you go with your mom. That way somebody from our family is representing the wedding. Then her mom, her best friend's husband died. So it was just kind of like, I feel like it's just not in our cards. It wasn't in our cards to go. And I'm like,
Stassi was what, upset that you just didn't give enough notice?
yeah, I didn't give enough notice, but we felt bad. So I gave her $500, to cover the food and whatever, because I understand it's a wedding and
it's expensive.
I think she sent it back though, but it sucks. It sucks that we have to be at this point because of a wedding. We were at her first one, and Brittany loaned her shoes and everything. It wasn't a malicious thing,
right?
If it couldn't work out, and I feel bad. I wish tomorrow that we could be friends. Like, I feel awful. I've said I'm sorry a million times. I don't know what else to do.
Both you and Brittany are not speaking to her.
No, we haven't. No,
since the wedding debacle. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I know, and I'm hoping one of these days we cross paths. We did. No, that's not true.
Because aren't Cruz and Hartford similar ages?
Yes, that's not true. We did run into them. They did talk at Lala's Ocean's birthday party.
Oh, nice.
Ocean's birthday party. They ran and they gave each other a hug. Hi, how are you doing? And then Brittany has talked to Katie a couple times too.
Okay.
And Katie she bowed out of a relationship just because Stassi did. Katie kind of just followed suit. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. There is such a demand for Mama's beer cheese.
I know, but it's so hard to do with food. There's so many laws and it's expensive.
Yeah, we know.
Everything's very, very expensive, you know? And it's, we tried a couple things. We got the merch coming out. We do have a Mama's beer cheese hoodie
That's
coming
cute.
out.
I
Actually,
love
just
that.
on the way here, I just finalized it. But we're going to try and do something. She kills it in Kentucky. Like, she sells out before it's even in Kentucky, but to figure out how to do it in LA.
And the packaging, refrigeration.
And the way you produce, like there's certain laws that you have to have, certain parts of the kitchen and all that. I would love to. It would.
But no hard
crush.
plans right now.
No hard plans, and maybe we'll entertain it in the future. I mean, I want to because the stuff is so good. And she, like I said, she makes it in her kitchen every day. She's in the kitchen right now making it. Like,
That's so
she's just pumping it out, but she sells it to everybody, all the festivals.
Yeah.
And she does really well.
If and when will you let Cruz watch Vanderpump Rules?
I don't really know if I'm going to have a choice. I mean,
It's true.
He's
Or he might just not be
he's already
interested.
got more technical skills than I do.
Oh,
He's
God, how
really smart
scary.
on that iPad. So I'm sure he's going to watch it one of these days, and I'm sure he's going to have lots of questions, and he's going to be sure that's my douchebag dad, and it is what it is.
Maybe he won't be interested at all. He'll be like, yeah, sure, my parents were on the show. So embarrassing.
I mean, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, who knows? With our group, who knows?
Do you love being a dad?
I love it. I love it more than I thought. And I just said this morning, I'm like, my heart is, I love being here. We're back and doing things again and having fun, and I miss it and all that. But my heart hurts because I miss my son so much. I love him so much.
Yeah.
He's like the best thing in the entire world. And I miss him when he's next to me. And it makes me tear up because I love him. I didn't know you could love something so much. Of course, I love my wife very much too.
course.
But your son is just like, I just want to protect him. And I'm constantly on the phone with my mother-in-law because she's the only one who watches him. Did he have his cookies at 2:00? Did he get his blanket? It's 3:15. Did he
Take a nap?
How many times is he blinking? Like,
Right.
like I'm a helicopter dad.
That's so
I'm such
funny.
a helicopter father. I'm like, I have to know what he's doing at all time, where he's at. Did he get his hair cut? Is
Yeah.
he eating? Did he brush his teeth? Is he playing with his toy? It's 3:00. Is he watching Miss Rachel? Miss Rachel's like my other wife.
Miss Rachel is a queen.
She
Miss Rachel's a
is-
toaster.
She is?
Yeah.
I love her. Please tell her if you ever talk to her that
I've
Jax
DM'd
and
her a few
Brittany
times.
love her.
I will.
She is literally like my other wife.
No, she's amazing.
She has taught Cruz so much
talk.
more than I can't even
Yeah.
do. Like he
She's
learns.
magic.
She's magic.
Magic.
We love her.
I love that, by the way. I feel like you could totally tell on social media, and it wouldn't have been something I think a lot of people would have guessed about you, but like how you so fell into fatherhood like head first.
I mean, I always knew I'd be a good dad, but I didn't know. Like, I'm already ready for the next one.
Really?
Yeah. We have a couple things going on this summer, but I think the plan, and this is the plan, is to start in August, to start
Okay.
trying, quote unquote, try.
Well, it's a beautiful thing to watch. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you.
Okay, a few more from the fans. There's this conversation being had on the Summer House reunion now, where a lot of the girls are accusing Lindsay of just being like kind of a misery to work with, treating production like really rude, and the crew. Did you guys ever have issues like that where anybody, they got famous and started to act and was rude and condescending and difficult to work with when it came to production?
We shut that down right away. I never, ever, ever allowed anybody to be rude to production because these people are the ones that work their asses off.
Mm-hmm.
They're there night and day. They don't get sleep, and they are the ones doing their job. And if you go off on them, then you can get off the set. We don't
Yeah.
allow that on our show. Now, that's when I was on. I don't know what's been going on the last 2 years.
Right.
I know production has changed a lot. When I left, they got new showrunners and knew this and knew that. But, did I get angry at them a couple times? Yes, of course. But they know how to work each one of us. They know how to pull us aside and what to say and how to cool us down. And they're really good at it. But they're all good people. I'm still in contact with pretty much all of them. We talk all the time, especially a lot more now because they're all kind of not want to know what Brittany and I are going to do.
Yeah, of course.
And they're all kind of like, what are they going to do? Especially Jeremiah, who's the head showrunner right now. He's kind of like, what's Jax and Brittany going to do? And so everything's just being talked. But for the most part, or for when I was on the show, no, we do not allow you to talk negatively to producers, showrunners. No, this is their job.
Yeah.
You're lucky to be where you are. People would give
Totally.
their right arm to be on television.
I agree. This was an interesting question. Did Raquel ever try to make a move on you?
No, I never liked her. She's not my type.
And is
Not
there
my type. I don't
any...
like nothing against. She's a beautiful woman, but
Yeah.
that's not my type.
Okay. And I'm sure you've heard about the rumor that she also was fucking around on Brock and Sheena.
I don't believe
You don't
that.
believe it?
I think that was just I think rumors were just flying around like
Yeah.
crazy on that. And normally I'd be like, well, maybe, but no. Brock and Sheena are solid.
I love them, by the
Yeah.
way. He's had such, for me, a 180. I think he's such a good dad.
Such a good dad. He's so
Good guy.
driven. He's like good at business, and we got a lot of things that him and I are working on. We're going to be doing a tour pretty soon,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been working on it. It's just he's such a great guy, and he's a good father. He's just a good man. He's just so happy. Doesn't really like to have any negative,
No.
around him. Wants to work out. I like
He's
that.
solid.
He's just a guy's guy. That's I like that.
Have you been to the sandwich shop yet?
I have not.
Do you
I've
wanna
seen
go?
it. I am definitely going to go. I texted Ariana because I saw some sandwiches on TikTok that I really like. I'm like, can you please incorporate these into your
Yeah.
lunch menu? And she laughed. So
Do you have
I'm
an up-
definitely going to go.
Do you know, the status of the opening?
I'm sure they said it should
May.
be right now. Right now. So they said beginning June, end of May. That's where we are right
Right.
now. So it should be right now. And I know from what I've heard, they raised a lot of money.
Did they?
I want to say around $250K because our
Off
good
of
friend
Scandal?
Janet. Yeah, off the merch. Because our friend Janet, who's been on the show many times, she does their merch. She's in charge of running it all. And she said, they made about like 260.
Yeah,
or
they
something
said on
like
the
that.
reunion they had made north of 200,000.
Yeah,
so
which is great. I mean, that's enough to get the ball rolling.
For
And
sure.
It is not cheap to start a sandwich shop or any kind of business, especially on the street that they're on.
I know, Sunset.
That's no, they're right on Santa Monica Boulevard and
Oh.
Robertson. That's right by. So Sir is right here. Christian Louboutin's over here. I mean, you're by Maxfield's,
Yeah.
and then you're going to have the sandwich shop. So the rent can't be cheap, and
Yeah.
so you got to push a lot of sandwiches.
Yep.
So I of course I wish the best for them, and I hope it kills it, and I hope
too.
it puts Schwartz and Sandy's
out of business.
crazy. I hope it does really well.
Do you have a regret from any of your time on
Of course,
Vanderpump?
I regret the time
Oh.
I was unfaithful to my
yeah,
wife.
I forgot
Now
about that.
wife. Yeah,
I forgot about
That's the one thing I would take back. Yeah,
Okay,
of course.
that's a good answer.
I made a mistake, and I regret it till this day. No justification in what I did, but I worked my ass off to get my wife back, and she's, is the most amazing woman on the planet. But like I said, I worked and worked and worked and worked. She didn't just say take me back.
No.
I had to prove. It took me
To her
a couple
family.
years to her family. Like I had to do a lot of work, but I messed up. I made a mistake on my own. It had nothing to do with the person or whatever. I didn't like myself at the time. I was going through a diva moment myself. I was depressed. I lost my dad. There was just a lot going on, with my life.
Yeah.
Not justifying it all, but
No.
this is just what you do when you start to spiral out of control. You just latch on to anything. And like I said, it had nothing to do with the other person or who it was. I would have, hooked up with a hole in the wall if it was there. It looked at me the right way. It had nothing to do with that. It was just I hated who I was. And I love that my wife came to me and she's like, listen, I mean, she kind of knew, she saw to me that I wasn't doing this maliciously. She saw that I was so hurt and I was going through depression. Like I was locking myself in my man cave and just not coming out. Like I was just doing everything in my power just to hurt myself because I just did not like who I was as a human being. And, she introduced me to, I was going to do some other hard things to myself, to be honest with you. And I was just like, I was going to lock myself in a room and I don't know what I was going to do. But then she introduced me to weed, cannabis at the time. This was years ago. And thank God for that. That saved my marriage. It saved I don't have to take pills to, be anxiety. But yeah, it really helped. I mean, she stuck by me and she rode with me through all the ups and downs. And she was there and she's just an amazing person.
I will say, having been at your wedding, which was so beautiful, it really was, you see someone's whole relationship play out on TV, but to be in the presence, it really was so beautiful. And you guys really, you had come such a long way and you still are really just headed in the right direction.
Right.
And it was so beautiful. And it really, everyone was like, what was the wedding like? I'm like, it was full of love. It was really beautiful.
It was a lot of, I wanted to be bigger and better there just because we came so far from where we were.
Right.
And I wanted to just celebrate the fact
And
of where
honor
we
that.
are and honor that and show her family how much I care and love her. And I wanted her to have everything that she wanted for this wedding. There was nothing that I said no to.
Right.
So it was whatever she wanted, she got. And it was the wedding of her dreams. Did it cost a lot of money? Abso-fucking-lutely.
How much?
I think we got a lot for free.
Of course, because it was
but I think we
televised.
still paid about $160.
Okay.
Which is a lot.
By the way, it looked like a more expensive wedding. It looked like a $500,000
a lot of we didn't I think the cakes we got, the flowers, stuff like that.
Because people wanted to be on the show.
I think I had to pay for I paid for everybody's hotel room because I want everyone to stay in the castle that was in the wedding party. Things like that was expensive. That's what kind of drove it up. But I mean, we had Wagyu steaks. We had I had Hooters come in for free.
Yes,
Taco Bell.
that was the best part.
I just I wanted it to be fun and and I wanted to keep a little Kentucky, a little Southern girl, a little country girl. We wanted to eat wings and tacos at night, and we just wanted to have fun. We didn't want to make it too,
serious.
We wanted everyone just to have a good time.
I will say, having you back in the Bravo universe, I watched you guys on Watch What Happens Live. It's so great, and I'm so happy that you guys are doing so well, and I really hope you come back to the show in whatever format you guys are comfortable with. I'm so glad you came on the Toast. Thank you so much for being so honest.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
And make sure to keep up with Jax and Brittany on social. I know you're on Cameo.
Our podcast, When Reality Hits.
Are you loving being a podcaster?
I love it. You know what my favorite part is? Doing the commercials.
Oh, well, of course, because I love making money.
I know, but I just love doing it.
But you're really perfect for podcasting. One, because the shit that comes out of your mouth is so out of left field, and there's no time constraints. On Bravo, you were getting cut all the time, just for time. And Watch What Happens Live, they cut so much for time. But you could go on for. You're literally the chattiest person I know.
I can talk a lot, and I say so much stuff that I'm probably not supposed to say that I have to have my manager listen to it, and then my publicist, and then it goes to fire.
Smart, very smart.
So because I say a lot of things on there like nope.
That's so funny. Well, When Reality Hits, it's a podcast, one podcast. You can listen to it.
Yes,
all the places.
Wherever you get your podcast.
Yes. Jax, thank you so much for replacing Jax today. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, by the way, I just want to say congratulations to Brittany on her cup sheet. It launched today.
It's really
so check
cute.
that out. Really check that out, everybody.
I'll do a better job. It's
her.
cover-ups, it's bathing suits, one pieces and two pieces. And by the way, for the big-breasted ladies, I tried it on yesterday and it fit me splendidly. It's really very supportive. Cup Sheet's such a good brand. They always make good big boob bathing suits, and Brittany's are really cute. So congrats, Brittany. I wish Brittany was here. I love you, Jax.
Thank you. I love you too.
I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Bye.